Good morning. Hello. Welcome to Sunday. Happy Sunday, and welcome to Coffee and a Card with Pretty and Paper Crafts. My name is Tiffany Almeida. I'm a independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I love to go live every Sunday and show fun new projects featuring Stampin' Up! Stamp sets, supplies, products, everything out of their catalog. It is so much fun. And I can see that some people are joining me, so good morning. Hi, Janie. And let's see, say hello if you're watching. Hopefully, I see about 5 people. There's Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Let's see if I can get to my video. Let's see, there it is. Let's make sure my volume's down so I don't hear myself. Hi, Patty. Hi, Kim. Good morning, everybody. Did you miss me? I missed you guys so much. Last week was wonderful. I was spent last Sunday at the beach for 4th of July, but I really missed you guys. And so I'm really excited to be back and get back into the routine and to craft with you guys every Sunday. So this is exciting. Good morning. Hello. Thank you for joining me. So happy that you can be here. It's so funny. I'm such a morning person, and the light is really reflecting. I gotta fix that. Oh, sorry. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. Okay, so I'm a morning person, and yesterday I was just really tired, and I slept until, I believe, 7:30. And I thought to myself, oh, my entire day is ruined because I lost 2 hours of productivity. But it's so me. It's so funny. Anyways, I'm so glad to be back, you guys, and thank you so much for joining me. We have lots to go over today, so I'm actually going to jump right into it, okay? We have prizes, which I always love to do the giveaways. And so 2 weeks ago, I was giving away some silver embossing powder, which we used to create that cute chicken wire for those cow cards. You guys remember those? So Rafflecopter picked a random winner from all of you that put in your entries. So congratulations, Kim Bushy. Kim, you won the silver embossing powder, so I will get that to you. Congratulations. I have my little pineapple sticky note that Janie got me. And then I was giving away the all wired up chicken wire stamp set itself. Brand spanking new, awesome stamp set that's in the annual catalog. So I'm giving away one of these to a lucky person who hit that magical button, which I'm going to ask you to do again today. Please hit that button and share the video on your personal pages so we can get more people to craft with us. It'll be awesome, and it's a huge help to me. So I have everybody's name in the drawing. Lots of names in here. And thank you again to everyone who shared. Let's go ahead and see who's going to win that stamp set. I'm trying to see the comments. My phone is not showing me the comments, but thankfully my iPad is, so I'll try to keep an idea. We're saying yay, Kim. I don't know what yay, Kim is for. I missed it. Oh, Kim, duh. Kim won the embossing powder. I'm just a little slow today. All right, congratulations, Barb Patch. You won. Congratulations. You and Addison will have so much fun playing with this new set. Congratulations, and thank you so much to everybody who shared. I wish I could give you all stamp sets. I wish, if only. But I appreciate all of you, and I am so grateful that you're here and joining me and hitting that share button. You guys are fabulous. So I, of course, have prizes for this week as well. If you go on to rafflecopter.com, or my Rafflecopter link, which is in my blog, at the bottom of my blog post for today, I'm giving away one of these Pressed Petals journals. These are beautiful. These were my free gift in June, and I had a couple extras. So this one is going to a lucky person who fills out the Rafflecopter. And then if you hit that magic share button, I am giving away a package of the scalloped note cards and envelopes. So see how they're scalloped? They're so cute, and they come in 4 different colors, I believe, with matching envelopes. So this package, and they're actually on back order right now. There's 20 cards and 20 envelopes. So if you hit the share button, I will put you in the drawing to win that for next week. I have so many awesome things to go over with you guys. 2 classes that the deadline is coming up like tomorrow and Tuesday. So I'm going to switch the camera over and I'm going to show you guys all of those things so you won't miss out on a single thing. And then we have to talk about some really cool Stampin' Up! Specials that are happening right now that you might not be aware of. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera over and we will get started, but I first have to block the camera so that those of you that are sensitive to the motion, I'm getting a sticky note, it won't be so bad, okay? Hang on just a second. As I move this, it's always, I wish it were super, super easy, but it's not. Okay. Tighten this up and tighten this up and spin it around and voila. How are we doing? Are we good? It's always about a 30-second delay, so it's hard for me to tell whether I am straight or positioned correctly. I'm going to move this over a little bit. Now, as always, you guys know that I do a free gift in every month for placing orders with me. And this month's order will get you a package of these pretty peacock or noble peacock rhinestones. So these are absolutely stunning rhinestones if you haven't seen them before. They come in 5 different colors. I don't know if you can see through the reflection here. But if you place a $50 order with me this month in July, not only will you get my free gift, so this is my free gift using my host code, but you'll also earn bonus points. So you'll get a $5 bonus coupon in the mail in your email and once you place your $50 order, and you get to use those $5 towards your order in August. So it's a win-win. Not only will that be the case, but when you place that $50 order, you'll also get my 3 projects from today's Facebook Live, which I will show you here in just a second. Okay, so there's my code. It's really important. And then the other thing that we need to talk about is something that I'm really, really excited about, which is the promotion for the starter kit. So sometimes Stampin' Up! Makes the starter kit even sweeter than it already is by adding a different incentive. So between now and August 31st, Stampin' Up! Is going to be giving you $155 in product of anything you want for $99 and free shipping. It's huge. It's an amazing deal. And it's only good for the next 2 months. And then they also are going to send you a $10 coupon to use the following month. So if you sign up in July, you'll get all that product for $99, and then you get an extra $10 coupon to spend on product in August. So it's really exciting. Now, the reason that this is super important right now is because next month, August 1st, we as demonstrators get to order out of the holiday catalog. We get to see it first, we get to order it first, which means that you could be a part of that and you could get all access to all that new stuff early, just like us. There's a ton of perks for buying the starter kit. But first I'm going to tell you this little disclaimer. There is no catch to buying the starter kit. You are not required to sell a thing. You're not required to do a class. You're not required to go on Facebook Live. Nothing. When you buy the starter kit, there is no strings attached. It's just getting the best deal that there is and getting a ton of product for super cheap. And then on top of that, you continue to get the discount of $20 up to $25 or 25%, 20% up to 25%. On your product. So what really I call it is basically frequent shopper discount, basically is what you're signing up for. Now, there is a minimum requirement to stay active active, which is super generous of them. It's $300 per quarter. And if you sign up in the middle of a quarter, so if you signed up this month, this quarter doesn't count. So you actually get 6 months of to meet that minimum. And if you don't meet it, guess what? You just drop the demonstrator status and become a wonderful customer again. Not to mention, there's a lot of perks for being on my team. I have a wonderful Stampin' Up! Family, and we have monthly meetings where we craft together. We have challenges, giveaways, prizes, all kinds of fun things. We go to Stampin' Up! Conventions together. We do road trips. It's just a lot of fun. And even if you don't live locally near me, I try to spoil my team wherever they live in the United States. So if you've been thinking about it, if you want a great deal, this is the way to go. So message me if you want a link or if you have questions. I'm always happy to talk about it because it's very exciting. All right, enough about that. Let's talk about Blends Club, you guys. I didn't get a chance to show you this before I went on vacation, but Blends Club is happening. The deadline for that is tomorrow. And what Blends Club is, oops, hey, little Hall's sneaking out. Blends Club is where we learn how to use the new Stampin' Blends and we create 2 projects. So I teach you how to make the projects, how to color with the Stampin' Blends, and then you go home with super cute projects plus $36 in product. So basically, how you register for Blends Club is by placing a $36 order. And you can do it a couple of different ways. So I tell you that there are 4 different colors that we're using for our projects. And the colors are listed each month. So this month is Granny Apple Green, Gray Granite, Pretty Peacock, and So Saffron. And then you can use that. You can go onto my online store and place that $36 order by either ordering the blends, or if you already have the blends, by just placing a $36 order of whatever you want. That registers you for the event. And then if you live locally, you can come to my house and we'll make the projects together. Or if you live long distance, I ship the projects to you, including a video tutorial of how to color and assemble the projects. So this month I am using the Back on Your Feet stamp set to create this cute little gift. This holds a tissue package, a thing of cough drops right here, and a little cup of soup on the back. So this is an absolutely adorable package. Anybody that's not feeling well would love this little gift. So we're going to be making that. And then we have this fun fold card using the cute little sloth, just as a, hey, I'm here for you. I'm sorry you're not feeling well, whatever you need, that type of thing. So these are the projects from this month. And tomorrow is the last day to register for that. And if you need the code for Blends Club, message me and I will get that to you. It's also included in the event on my online, on our Facebook group. Okay, the other thing that's happening is bingo. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Bingo is so exciting. I love bingo, and it is so much fun, and it doesn't matter if you live here or if you live far away from me, you can play bingo with me. So let me tell you how this works. So bingo is $30, and if you live long distance, it's $7.50 for shipping, so I can ship you your package. And it comes with 6 make and takes that we'll be putting together. And then it also includes 6 rounds of bingo and a goodie bag filled with $20 in Stampin' Up! Product. So it is a huge deal. $30 gets you $20 in product, 6 make and takes, and 6 rounds of bingo for prizes. So if you're going to be interested in playing along with me, you need to register by Tuesday. It is going to be Facebook Live on Sunday, the 28th? Yeah, Sunday the 28th at noon Pacific Standard Time. So that is 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 2 p.m. Central Time, and 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And so I would love for you to join me. Just make sure that you register by Tuesday. If you have any questions, let me know. I have the link. Just message me and I'll send it to you. And we are going to have so much fun. If you live locally, I'd love for you to join me. I've lost my train of thought. Oh, local bingo will be on Tuesday. Oh my gosh. Let me start over. Local bingo will be on Thursday, July 25th at 6 p.m. And again, the deadline to register for that is Tuesday. I'm just going to stop talking because holy cow, I can't get a whole sentence out. Too much talking. All right, you guys ready to see the projects? Let's go ahead and get started crafting, right? So today's projects are using the back on your feet stamp set, and we have these cute little projects that we're going to make. I had to drink some water. And this adorable stamp set. Okay, so what do you guys think of this cute set? We're going to also use a technique that is called the mirror image technique. So you can see, like, for example, our turtle. It doesn't matter what side of the box you're looking at. He looks like he's a perfectly good image, right? And that's because we used the mirrored image and created two turtles that are mirroring each other. And I'll show you how we do that. The same thing for our beautiful and non-conventional wedding card here. We have our two giraffes, and they look a little apprehensive, don't they? They're kind of looking away from each other, all shy. And then inside it says, so congratulations on tying the knot. Get it? Isn't that so cute? Because they have a little knot. And I don't know. I think this is moving. Sorry. My camera seems to be sliding down. I'm going to tighten it a little bit. Sorry about that. So anyways, this idea, the tying the knot, so cute, was of course Janie's idea. Janie is so brilliant. And she gave me that idea and I said, oh my gosh, I have to make that card. So these two lovebirds are looking at each other, and then you can see I made this one smile. I did a little bit of a marker and did a smile on his face because he's happy. So very, very cute. And that's just kind of a different way to use the set, and maybe some way that you weren't necessarily thinking about using the set. And then you can see that they're looking at each other. And again, that is using that mirror image. So I'll show you how to do that. This card here is a Get Well card using our cute, adorable sloths. I don't know if I like the sloth or the turtle better. So adorable, both of them. But this is a fun fold card, and it just says, I'm here for you. Sometimes that's all there is to say. And then if you open it up, it says, hope things get better soon. So super cute. And of course, these sloths are mirror images as well because they are looking in the opposite direction. So I will show you that too. Okay. And then of course, with our little turtle, he's hoping that you're back on your feet soon because he's on his back. He's down and not feeling well. And so I'm sending this person a bunch of kisses because they need lots of kisses to get better. But you could put all kinds of fun things in here. You could put turtle truffles in here. You could put cough drops. You could put all kinds of fun things in here to make that person feel better. So this is a cute little treat I'm going to show you how to do. Okay, let's go ahead and do our wedding card. The other thing I wanted to point out is I used that Noble Peacock foil paper, which is absolutely beautiful, but I embossed it with that Scripty 3D embossing folder. It's the new one in the catalog. And the reason I used this Scripty is because I was told on a video from Stampin' Up! That this is actual words from love letters. So it's like a love letter in the background for these cute little giraffes. So I thought that was really neat, and so that's when I thought of wedding, I thought of that Scripty 3D embossing folder. So we'll go ahead and make this project first. And the supplies that you need are, of course, that Scripty 3D embossing folder that I told you about. And you will need a piece of Coastal Cabana. This is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and we're going to score it at 4 1/4. And then this piece of foil paper, this is the Noble Peacock foil paper, and this is cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4. Okay, and then why don't I have a piece of Whisper White with me? I forgot to cut that apparently. So let me grab a piece of Whisper White and cut that down, and I'll also score my cardstock here real quick. So the piece of Whisper White just needs to be about, let's see. It needs to be about 5 1/8 of an inch by 3 7/8. So slightly smaller than the foil sheet. And then we're gonna score our cardstock here at 4 1/4. So it's folded in half. And I always use the edge of my trimmer, this edge here at the top. Can you guys see that? This edge here at the top, I always line up my edges here and crease, and that way I know I have a pretty even fold. Just my little guide. Okay, so we have our pieces here. The other thing that we need is our stitched heart, the Be Mine stitched framelits. I need that so that I can cut out the heart shape in the center. So we'll go ahead and do that first, get that out of the way. So I used this big stitched heart here. It does also cut out a negative, so you have this pretty green heart to use on another project. How cool is that? So let's go ahead and cut the heart out and then we will emboss it. Thank you, Danielle, for sharing. I appreciate that very much. All right, so here is our Big Shot. And we're gonna cut this heart out of the center. Try to center it as best you can. And then run it through our Big Shot. Okay, and then I realized when I was making this card that I don't have a very important piece that you need when you are cutting out these new 3D embossing folders. You need that new embossing sheet or that adapter sheet for the Big Shot, which I do not have. So, second best thing, I took a couple sheets of cardstock. They're gonna be like my shim. And I put that between the base plate, my embossing folder, which I'm going to put my heart in here. And I kind of want to make sure it's straight as possible. That looks a little crooked to me. Okay, and then I put one clear plate on top. And that seemed to do the trick. It was thick enough that it cut, or it embossed. So I do need to get that plate. It's $10 for that plate, but hey, I had cardstock that worked just fine for now. Okay, as a little shim. So those new embossing folders, they're not as thick as the old embossing folders, and so you need a little shim. About 6 sheets of cardstock will do. All right, so I have my beautiful script, I have my cardstock, and I have my base. Now this is going to be what's covered over there. So now's the important part where we're going to stamp the giraffes. Now here's my tip. You cannot do this project without a silicone craft sheet. This is a very important piece when you're doing the mirrored image. So I'm going to show you 2 different ways. I'm going to show you using just the silicone mat at first, and then I'm going to show you how you can use the Stamparatus to do the mirrored technique. Okay, so the first thing we want to do, I actually took my cardstock and put it behind my foil, and I marked with a pencil, and very light so that I can erase it, I marked the center because that's where I want my nose of my giraffes to meet. Okay, so I just marked down in the center. All right, so now we're going to take the giraffe image and put him on a block. Okay, ink him up with Memento. And stamp him on the silicone craft sheet. Okay, now we can take our silicone craft sheet, which is kind of see-through, and we're going to flip it over, and we're going to lay it on our cardstock where we want it to be stamped. Now I'm kind of doing this kind of curved because I want to find that pencil mark, and I think I found it. So So I'm going to put my giraffe down right there. Just rubbing gently, just pressing down. I don't want to rub too hard because it makes the image very blurry, but just pressing down, pressing that ink down onto my cardstock. And see there, we have giraffe number 1. So then we can take our ink and our image and stamp the opposite giraffe right beside our first one, like so. And there we go. We have our 2 adorable little giraffes side by side, and they will actually fit within this heart just perfectly. See that? And now we can erase our little pencil mark like it was never there. Okay, now the fun part, we get to color. So we have, for our coloring, I chose Mango Melody and Pumpkin Pie. And then I chose a little light Flirty Flamingo for her cheek. If you can see, she has a little rosy cheek. I also used the journaling pen and gave her eyelashes so you can tell which one's the boy and which one's the girl. And then I used a little bit darker ink on the male giraffe and lighter ink on the girl giraffe. So if I take my lighter colors, my light Mango Melody and my light Pumpkin Pie, and I just colored her in. And actually, you don't have to color all the way down her legs and things because that'll be covered. But because all that is going to be hidden. So just to there is good. So we'll just color that with the light. And then I went back over with the light Pumpkin Pie in her spots. And if we were doing this in Blends Club, I would be teaching you how to shade and blend. There's a lot to blends, lots of cool things that you can do with it. But I won't get into too much of it. Okay, and then we're gonna do a little blushy cheek here, just a little circle of pink. And then I'm gonna get my journaling pen and give her some lashes. So we know she's a girl. You can also make the smiley face, which is something I did for the inside piece. Okay, and so then he's going to be colored with the darker blends. So I'll just color him in real quick. He's so adorable. Oh no, I colored his eye. He's gonna have an orange eye. That's what I get for going fast. I could probably fix it with the corrector. All right, so he's got that, and then we'll do some darker Pumpkin Pie for the patches. Okay, and then let's see if I can fix his eye. Have you guys used the color lifter yet? This little magical tool makes you, or helps you, clean up your little mistakes. Like his eye being colored in. Okay. Alrighty, so then we'll glue this piece over our, behind our heart. Color lifter, yeah. So one of the cool things about blends is this color lifter, which removes, like if you color outside the lines or if you color your giraffe's eye like I did, you can go back over and remove the color out of that section with the color lifter. So this is a really cool tool to have on hand because it actually will remove the color of mistakes with your alcohol markers. I call it the magic eraser. All right, so I'm just gonna put some adhesive on the back of this. Not all the way to the edges because I don't want it to stick to my mat here, but we will just try to center this as best we can. Glue that down. Okay, now I used the mini striped Bermuda Bay ribbon, which goes really well, I think closer to Coastal Cabana than it does Bermuda Bay, but I ran out of it. So I'm going to use a different ribbon that I had, and I'm going to show you a little technique. So you can see here on this, I tied a bow right here on the end of this silver and white ribbon. So it's not long enough to go around, but I'm going to show you a trick. I'm going to show you a trick that you can do with ribbon to actually conserve some of your ribbon. If you don't have a lot, is you can just, oh, I used the wrong scissors. You can cut your ribbon so that it goes slightly across, and then you can glue it down to the back. And I'm going to use Tear and Tape for this to glue my ribbon down. So if you fold over one side, I went over on this side. Let me see. My paper was crooked. I have to trim off the extra. There we go. Okay. So if we put this ribbon across the front and we fold over the sides, we can put a piece of Tear and Tape over that ribbon and hold it down. I want it up a little bit. Okay, and then we'll go across. And we'll put another piece of Tear and Tape. Okay, and then you can take a glue dot and glue your ribbon, your bow, to the center. So it actually conserves a lot of ribbon doing it this way rather than wrapping it around the whole back side of the card. See? And then I can trim this. Oops. That piece off as well. All right, so then we can put our card base. We can glue it down to our card base if we just turn it over. I keep trying to use that. I have a new liquid glue out because I'm running low on this one, but I don't want to open it yet, and I keep grabbing it instead of my old one. Okay, so there he goes. There they go. And then of course we want to put our sentiment in the center, in the inside, that says on, and we're going to do our congratulations, but then we want to do that on tying the knot inside. Now you could print it on printer, from your printer, and have pretty font, or you can handwrite it like I did. I don't have the prettiest font, but it's still cute. But yeah, you can do it a couple different ways. Now I'm using a congratulations. I really love the font on this congratulations. This is a new stamp set called Here's a Card. Now there's lots of different congratulations sentiments and a ton of different stamp sets. So you could choose one that works for you, but this one has a lot of fun sentiments, and it's a new set. So I really like the font on this one. So what I did is I stamped it with Memento ink, and then I actually fussy cut it. I really like the look of that when you cut out the word like that. I really like it. So I did that with this card. So you'll just stamp it on a scrap of paper, and then you just cut around the words. And it's so cool. It's like a little outline. I realize that my projects have a lot of fussy cutting to them today, but apparently that is something I like. So then you just cut that out, and you can glue it. I got a lot of old glue gunk that came out on that. That's awesome. And you can put that there in the corner. Okay. And then we're going to stamp one more little giraffe here after I write my little sentiment. So I'm going to get my my journaling pen. Congratulations on tying the knot. And then we're going to stamp the giraffe there in the corner. I know it's not your favorite. And we're going to do him down here in the bottom. And then, like I said, we're going to make this little giraffe happy by just taking our journaling pen and doing a little smile. So now he's a happy giraffe. And then we'll color him in. He's happy because he married the love of his life. And he tied the knot. But doesn't it look cute when you cut out the word? It didn't take me hardly any time at all. Okay, so there's that, and so what did you guys think of the mirroring image? Have you guys tried that before? You ever tried stamping a mirror image on a silicone craft sheet before? As you can see, just laying, I love that it's see-through so you can see what you're going to be stamping on. Oops, not that one. Congratulations on tying the knot. So there's a non-conventional wedding card. Thank you, Janie, for the fabulous idea. It's just kind of cute and fun, and it looks good with the silver ribbon too. I like the blue ribbon more, but the silver ribbon looks nice too. So there you go, guys. Congratulations on tying the knot. Okay, so there's that one. Let's go ahead and pick up some of this I got going on here. And we'll move on to the cute little sloth card. He's a little fancy fold card. Can't wait to show you that one. Okay, and then we also need to clean off our silicone mat because we're going to use it again with the Stamparatus. Now, I just used baby wipes to clean off the image. It comes right off. It's gone. And it works really well, just a baby wipe. And I also use a baby wipe to just clean those stamps. Okay, so the next card is going to be our sloth card. And what we need for the sloth card is a piece of crumb cake. And it is scored or cut at 5.5 by 8.5. It's scored at 2 1/8 and it's scored at 6 3/8. Now, all the measurements are on my blog post on my project sheet. So if you need those, you can always go out and print those off, and it has all the measurements on it. As well as 2 pieces of soft suede. These are cut at 4 inches by 2.5. And then you'll need 2 pieces of the Garden Lane Designer Series paper. It has this cool leaf pattern, which I thought looked really good for like a sloth, because he's up in the trees, right? So this one is cut at 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. You need 2 of those. So we can just glue those down. There's no special thing to these ones here. They're just going to be glued down to the soft suede. So we can do that. This Garden Lane Designer Series paper surprises me how pretty it is in person. I didn't think I liked it when I saw it in the catalog, but I really do like it in person. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our sloth stamped, and I'll show you how we do that using the Stamparatus. This is, again, this mirror technique, but we're going to use the Stamparatus for it. Okay, so let's take our sloth stamp, and we have our piece of cardstock. So I just have a piece of cardstock here, and it's going to be really important to make sure that your cardstock lines up in the same place that it should. So we're going to stamp it once. Well, let's see. I guess in this case, it really doesn't matter. So we're just going to stamp this once. So we'll put the stamp where we want it. So we'll do that. And we'll ink it up with Memento. And stamp. The nice thing about the Stamparatus is that if it doesn't ink up and stamp very clear the first time, you can always do it again. So now that I have my sloth there, I'm going to move my Stamparatus. Actually, no. Sorry, guys. I'm all over the place. So you're going to stamp your image like normal. There's your normal image, right? So then you're going to put your silicone mat there. And you're going to stamp your image. and stamp your silicone mat. And on this one, I like to do it twice because I feel like the mirrored image sometimes comes out a little bit lighter than the original image. So I'm just going to stamp it twice, just get it good and inked up. And then I'm going to put my cardstock down where I want it. I'm going to do it upside down here. So I'm just going to lay that on top of my image, and I'm going to push this down again. And if you take this off, then you have the mirrored image. And this is the side you want. You don't want to worry about that side. Okay, then we're going to color our sloths. The coloring for the sloths that I use for this card is Smoky Slate for the gray sloth and Soft Suede for the brown sloth. Now, I have already colored and cut out the brown sloth. And I say that and he disappeared. There he is. Okay, so I've already done the brown one. So we'll just color the gray one. So we'll just turn it right side up so we can see him. I have the light and dark Smoky Slate. I'm going to shade with the dark Smoky Slate first and color in his mask. Yes, Terry, you're right. The green, the Garden Lane Designer Series paper would be fabulous for a mini album. And the greens, there's so many different greens in it. Okay, so there's that. And I actually colored his little face mask in light crumb cake. So I'm going to do that now. And I'm going to do a little bit more shading with the dark crumb cake around his face. And then blend that in. It's really hard, so I apologize, to color and read your comments at the same time. So if I miss a question or anything, I will try to go back through those and answer them for you. So this is the light Smoky Slate that I'm just filling him in. And you can use the brush tip or the fine tip, however it works for you the best. But he is so cute. Okay, and then we got to do his little tree. So I took the dark crumb cake and just colored his little branch, a little twig. And then I have light Mossy Meadow for the leaves. Okay, and then yes, we have to do fussy cutting. Your shadow's lying next to you, Janie. Say hi to Cooper. All right, so then we'll just fussy cut him. And yes, he does take a little bit of work, but he's super cute on his little branch. So I just couldn't resist cutting him out. And I did, like I said, do a little bit of the cutting ahead of time so you guys didn't have to sit through all of it. But you guys can see how long it takes me to cut out one and kind of get an idea for it. I again like to have the hand that holds the scissors is not doing the work. The other hand that is doing the work. It's turning the paper for me. I'm just opening and closing the scissors. That's all this hand is doing. Now it might look backwards to you, and that's because I'm left-handed. So I apologize if it looks funny. But I get the job done. I kind of think cutting is sort of relaxing, kind of like coloring is relaxing. I'm not good at it though, but still fun. So we'll just finish cutting this out. And I'm just going in between the leaves. I feel like because it's on that green Designer Series background, that not a lot of white should be showing, because then it shows how badly I cut paper. All the jagged edges. So I tried to get as close to the sloth as possible with this one. Yes, right. You have to be in the mood for it. Absolutely. If it's like a daunting task looming over your head, then no, it's not fun. All right, so there's our second sloth. Look at that. Easy peasy. Magic of the internet, right? Okay, so then let's go ahead and stamp the inside sentiment. This piece measures 3.5 by 4 3/4. And it says, hope things get better soon. And then we're going to also do the sloth image as well. So let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment in the center. And we're going to do a little sloth just on the side. Where is our sloth? He's in the Stamparatus still. So take him off. Okay. So I'm just going to do his little face and little paw off to the side. Like so. And you can color him if you want or leave him black and white. I left him black and white inside, but you could totally color him too. Okay. So then once you've got that stamped, I have a piece of soft suede that's measured 5 by 3 3/4. I'm just going to put this on that piece. And that's going to go in the center on the inside of our card base. So this goes right in the center inside. Okay, now let's go ahead and put our sloths on dimensionals. I put about 3 dimensionals per sloth. I did one on his head, one on his wounded foot, and one on his rear. Those were the 3 big places that I could put dimensionals. And on the sloth on the top, his little, where the branch starts, is going to be where I, line that up with the edge of the cardstock. We'll do him here. And do our other little guy the opposite direction. So now you have 2 sloths going the opposite direction. Now to glue these on, I'm going to use liquid glue because it's a little bit easier to use for me. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just kind of eyeball this and then like lift this side up. And I only want to glue it to this side of the panel. So I'm just going to put glue on this side like so, making sure that it's centered there at the top. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Now you could turn it over and just put glue on one side, but you have to make sure that you don't go past halfway because then you get glue on the other side of the card, which would not be good because then it would not open. So you have the sloth on both sides and they open just like that. Now we need to do our sentiments. So we'll just take some scraps, and I used the I'm Here For You, Sometimes That's All There Is To Say. It's actually a full sentiment that I broke up. So let me show you how I did that. So the first is I'm going to do the I'm Here For You, which actually is the end of the sentence, but I like that one just kind of by itself. So I have my stamp upside down so I can see it, and I am just inking that bottom sentiment and just trying not to get it on anything above it. And if I do, then I just use a baby wipe and I just clean off the area. Now you could mask it off if you wanted with washi tape, but this works really well for me. And I'm just going to stamp the sentiment. I'm here for you. Okay. And then I want to use the other, I'm going to have this scrap of paper here. I want to use the other side of it now. So I'm going to clean off my stamp and I'm going to ink the other half. And basically the part that I'm leaving out is, and that. So sometimes that's all there is to say. So I'm just going to ink that up. Okay, and I just got the tip of this So I'm gonna clean that off. You could also use a Q-tip. A Q-tip would work really well. And I'm just going to stamp that there, okay? And then we're gonna cut that out. You can use the trimmer or you can use scissors and cut it out by hand. I am just, for the ease of this video, going to cut it out by hand. Okay, so there's one. If you have bigger scissors, it might be easier to cut a straight line. That was not straight, but that's okay. Okay, and then we're just going to glue these sentiments on our card. And this one. I think this is so cute. Have a great time at the beach, Terry. Thank you for watching. Hello, Marie. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so we've got our 2 cute sloth cards. How cute is that, right? Are you getting familiar with the mirror image? Do you guys feel like you're getting it? I hope so. It's not a complicated technique at all, and it's a lot of fun to use, especially with these cute little creatures. Okay, so for our last project, we're gonna do this little turtle. And like I pointed out before, so he is a little box of kisses because somebody is not feeling their best. And hopefully this little box of kisses will get them back on their feet. But what I wanna point out is that you can use that mirror image to create something that stands up, but is an image on both sides. So regardless of which way you're looking at it, you have that turtle image. So again, we're going to use that mirror image, and yes, we have to do fussy cutting for this because unfortunately there aren't framelits for it, but I can show you how adorable and easy this cute little treat box is. So what you need for this project is one of our mini treat boxes. So have you guys seen these little treat boxes? They are so cute. I love them. I always keep a package in my drawer. And you just need to fold all of the edges. Make sure that they're all creased. And let me show you how to put the bottom together because sometimes it's confusing. So here's how I picture it when I'm putting this together. I picture that this is the head, right? It's got the head, the 2 arms, and then the 2 legs down here. Here's the 2 legs. You always start with the bottom. You fold the legs up. And then you tuck in the 2 arms right into that center fold there. And then last but not least, you tuck your head in and it's supposed to, there we go, pop up like that. So there you have this perfectly secure bottom. Okay, then you're gonna fold these sides in, fold this piece over, and fold the little flap that gets tucked in. And there you have an adorable little treat box. Now we're gonna fill this treat box with some kisses, but like I said, there are other cute things that you could do. You could put in cough drops, you could put in some vitamin C drops, you could do all kinds of things. Maybe a tea bag or 2 would fit in there. So you just fill it with whatever treat you wanna give that person that's not feeling well. Maybe their favorite candy fits in there, I don't know. Okay. Now, I am using this mosaic, it's called Mood Mosaic, I believe, designer series paper. And I love this kind of tile look because it reminds me of a turtle shell. So that's why I used it. And we're just going to wrap this around our box. Now we're not going to score or do anything yet, but we're going to just fold it over. And you just kind of want to pinch it tight. And we're going to like mark where those 2 creases came together, okay? So you can just, now you can kind of pinch the edges over. I just kind of pinch all the corners and then they crease up a little bit. So now that you've got that fold there, what I want you to do is take a little bit of adhesive and put it right on the fold so that where they meet, they're going to adhere together, like so. Okay, to keep it closed. And now it slides off. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to curl these edges down. I always just use like a pen or something to kind of get it started. And you just curl it in on itself like so. And I took the adhesive off by doing that. It's okay. And then we're gonna do it again on this side. Actually, might be easier to do when it's not glued together, so we'll do it that way. So now that I've kind of got it started, I'm just gonna roll it tight. And this is going to kind of be decorative, but also purposeful because we need something to kind of anchor our turtle on his back. So this little curl is perfect for that. Okay, so we've got our little curls, and again, we'll just glue those together like so. Okay, so now you have your curls that look something like that. All right, now our turtle is going to be on a piece of cardstock, which, man, me and white cardstock today, we are not winning. We are not winning. Okay, so we're gonna use our Stamparatus again. We'll do that mirrored image. So you can do one turtle the normal way. Let's see, get him out. Oh yeah, Cindy, that would work great. Absolutely. So we got him here. We're gonna just stamp him like normal. We'll ink him up and stamp. Okay. Oh, see, and look, he didn't come out very clear, so I wanna do that again. And because it's the Stamparatus, it's gonna stamp directly on where we stamped before. And now look at him. He's nice and dark and clear and crisp. All right, so now we're gonna use the silicone mat and ink it up again. Stamp. And I wanna make sure he's nice and dark, so I'm gonna do it twice. Stamp. And then we'll put our piece of cardstock over him and stamp again. Oh, Cindy, the turtle is my favorite. He is just a doll. And then we have that opposite image, which is a dirty piece of cardstock. Awesome. Okay, so I have already cut out and colored the opposite image. So we just need this image here on this side. So we're gonna go ahead and color him. The colors that I used were mint macaron because the designer series paper is mint macaron, so I wanted him to match. But then Janie mentioned to me that it looked like he was a sick turtle because he wasn't a very bright color, and I thought, well, that's perfect because the specific reason I'm giving this to someone is because they're not feeling their best, right? So it looks like they're a little bit sick. Okay, so you're taking your opposite image, which I've already done one, so I'm going to do the opposite image of him, and I'm going to, again, shade with the darker mint macaron. So shading on his arm, shading on his shell, and I'm doing the rim of his shell in the darker mint macaron. And I'm going to do his shell spots, or whatever these are, in the dark mint macaron. Okay, and then I'm going to take my light and I'm going to color his feet and his arms and his face. Okay, and then his belly and in between the big spots on his shell. Okay, so he's all colored, and now we're gonna fussy cut him out just like his friend there. And this again also needs to be right up against the line because we are going to be gluing them back to back, and we want to make sure that it looks like they're flush against each other. So yeah, like I said, lots of fussy cutting today, but not too bad. These guys are cute. The worst part, I think, is around his little toes. He's got these little toes that it's like, don't cut off his toes. So I just kind of try to do zigzag pattern around them as best I can. I'm not perfect on it. Nothing about me is perfect, so if you guys ever think these projects are too hard, just know that if I can do it, anybody can do it. So just cutting around his last little toes here. Thank you for being patient while I do this. I know that's the last thing you want to do is see someone cut. I did cut his shell off a little bit. Whoops. Okay, so then once he's all cut out, and I've got two little twin turtles here, then I'm going to glue them back to back. And see how they line up flush like that? I'm going to use liquid glue. And glue him together so that no matter what direction we're looking at this turtle, he's the same on both sides. Very cool, right? This one is a little bit darker. That's because I had to stamp him twice because I made the boo-boo the first time. But you get the idea. And then we're going to put him in the center of our little curly cues there that we made on the box. So I just put glue right at the tip of his shell on both sides. And I'm just going to tuck it in to this DSP that we did. I'm just going to hold it there for a minute so that the glue has a chance to dry. The other thing I did was I used the Mint Macaron, this new textile ribbon, which is absolutely gorgeous ribbon. Love the color. Oops, needs stronger adhesive. I'm going to use fast fuse, but no, actually I'll use tear and tape. Tear and tape is way strong and it won't go anywhere. I think because this paper is shiny on this side, because it's that specialty paper, the glue is having a harder time sticking, so we'll help it. There we go. Now it's stuck down. Okay, so then I took that beautiful Mint Macaron ribbon and I tied it around the little scallop. Just tucked it in, and I'm gonna start tying a bow here, but not all the way yet because I want to do this little tag. So to do the tag, I just stamped the sentiment, "Hope you're back on your feet soon." And I stamped that on a piece of Whisper White. Where's my ink? What did I do with my ink? Don't know what I did with it. Okay, so we're gonna stamp that. And then I used that new Timeless label punch. This is the Timeless label punch. And I just punched it out. Okay, and then I used the Trio punch. I love this punch. I use it so much. And I'm using this little punch right here that does a little hole. So that's the little hole that I'm gonna tie the ribbon through. So I just slide this in and until it's back, and there's this little line here on the side of the punch. And I try to line that up with the center as best I can. So I'm just pushing it all the way back till I hit resistance. Try to line up that line and punch. And then I have a little hole. Okay. So now I have my ribbon. I'm gonna string this through. Okay, and tie my little bow. Actually, this is a big bow. I don't want to waste that much ribbon because this ribbon is so cute. Come on. Okay. And tie my bow. Still wasted a lot of ribbon, but that's okay. So then once I've tied my bow, then I just trim off the excess. Like so. And I have a cute little gift bag or gift box to give to someone to make them feel better. So you guys, there is our projects. I'll turn one sideways so you can see him. There's our projects for today. What do you guys think? Do you love it? My little giraffe wedding cards. So these are today's projects, you guys. I love this stamp set. You can get all 3 of these projects by placing a $30 order on my online store this week. You have till Friday. Or you can up it to $50 and get my free gift, the Make and Takes, and a $5 coupon to spend in August, which is awesome. I hope you guys fall in love with this Back on Your Feet stamp set just as much as I do. It's one of those cutesy ones that I just couldn't get enough of. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a fabulous week, and we'll craft again next Sunday, okay? Bye, everybody. Thank you so much.